Right. No, it's hard. It's one of the first things, the beginning of the process is the hardest because that's when I decide what do I think this movie needs from the music. And I don't necessarily immediately think, oh, oboe solo, or this is a piano-based score, or I really look at it and decide, you know, this movie is about this. I think it needs to have like an interpersonal score, let's say, as opposed to, you know, a really big kind of strong, you know, loud in your face score. You know, those are the things that I try to decide first. What does it need on the most emotional basic level without thinking about chords, no instruments, nothing. And then once I decide what I think it needs, as far as the treatment, then I start to come up with some either rhythm, chord, melody, something that speaks to a theme to the movie. And then once I get that, and again, these are the hard parts right away in the beginning, but once I get some of that started, then the idea of where the instrumentation is going to be, how much synthesized music will be in it, how much really needs to be live, you know, all the kind of things that's going to help the overall color of that delivery. Those all then follow once I've decided what the emotional requirement of the movie is. I mean, you never know which one comes first. Like here, for example, is the basis of that Trondheim theme we just looked at. I guess I can't do this very well.
That's good.
But that's the melody and chord progression that's the basis of the whole piece that we just heard. Oh. And one of the first things, since I wanted to do something that was had this ethnic flavor to it, you know, using in key of C here, so going from C to D flat was really important. That just for whatever reason spoke to a Jewish cultural connection for me, and that was an important harmony. You know, as far as who's going to play it, I don't care about that, but this is the way I often start a piece, is that I'll get the core material that I want here, and then it's a matter of how do I spin that, you know, into a longer piece. I'm really doing what I think is more kind of an atmospheric piece, so I mean, it's all about timbre and color. So you know, the balance of what is played is going to be what's at issue in that piece. So, but as far as intricate or complex, it's not really going to be about that. It's going to be, you know, a bowed crotale here, you know, some kind of gentle cymbal thing there. So it's really going to be, it's a matter of balance. It's not going to be hard per se. I did something a couple of years ago where there was a little period piece back in the Renaissance that I wanted to use a viola da gamba. The sound is actually really cool. It's almost like an old version of a hurdy-gurdy. It's a really great instrument, but I didn't know anything about it. And it's, so I had to go find a player that knew it and realized what I had to do to write for it, because it's really rather complicated. So anyway, that's what I got to find out. But there's not any one instrument that I'm shy away from repeatedly. So I mean, I like writing for strings, I think, more than anything. It's just my go-to thing to do.